does its thing. So give me one more second here. We'll get going here. All right, I think we're recording. I think everything's good. Got the AI companion going, I think. All right, cool. Welcome, everybody. Hope you can hear me all right. I just got to make sure that I have an audio setting, making sure that you can hear any music automatically played. Maybe not. It was real easy to do last time. This time, not so much. Maybe they moved it under host tools. Let's see here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You got some new things here going on with the Zoom, and that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let me start off with this. It's a couple minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Gateway to Freedom Real Estate Investor Meetup Sunday night stream. I'm your host, Rich Groves, and I appreciate you joining me today. So, did anybody hear that? You probably didn't hear that through your speakers, did you? You heard it. All right, Travis. Sweet. All right, Craig Schenneberger joining us today from outer space. How's it going, Craig?
Twilight Zone, baby. What's up?
Not much. Hey, there's business to be done, man. That's awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I thought of something as I was getting everything started today, and as I was thinking over what I wanted to talk about today, which wasn't much. I wanted to throw out something. I don't know, in the spirit of things, I guess. Oh, that's awesome, James. Appreciate you being here too, by the way. And that's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that I can show non-video participants. There we go. Awesome. So I know we've got Craig out there, we got James out there, we got Dwayne joining us now. And he's going to be on. I know he's going to be on video. There he is. But as I was getting ready to start today, I was contemplating whether I should or shouldn't do this. I know I generally welcome everybody and say hi to everybody, and we go around. Hey, where are you from? Where what do you do? All that kind of stuff, which is great, and that's fine. But I wanted to switch that up a little bit today. I wanted to kind of just go around and ask what one thing. How's this? Let me even be more specific. What one lesson learned are you thankful for in 2025? That should be very interesting, right? What is one lesson you learned in 2025? Real estate, and we'll make it real estate specific, real estate investing specific. What one lesson did you learn in 2025 that you were very grateful for, just barely grateful for? Maybe it just moved past the needle, past the not so grateful to grateful. But what is one lesson you're grateful for in 2025? Anybody want to start? If so, just unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead, Dwayne. Thanks for being here, by the way.
I had trouble logging in. I don't know why, but I always do. I'm paid to do that for you. Yeah. So I'm grateful because I got my first house in the middle of flipping, and I'm working with a partner, and we're actually working together, and we're going through the 4 stages, the forming, the storming, the norming, and the performing. Well, we've done the forming, but now we've done a little storming, and we're learning to deal with each other because neither one of us like partners. So that's a good thing. We know that, but we have real frank conversations, and I'm finding communications being the key.
That's awesome.
Nobody says you have to like it, but you have to understand it.
True. Very, very true. And that's that's fantastic. I appreciate you, sharing that with us.
Now, don't forget, Rich, send me that check for saying that for you.
Right. Yes, please. Yeah. And I do. Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic.
And if need be, you can read my shirt here because I can get you on.
I'm already there.
If somebody wants to be on that list, you can help them out, huh?
That's where all the fun's had.
Get me off the list.
Yeah, right. We should start up like a like a credit repair business. We should be like the naughty list repair business.
Yeah.
Just around this time of year, you can get your naughty list marks erased. But anyway, no, thanks for sharing that. Is anybody else who else would like to unmute themselves and share that with Steven? You're already there on mute, aren't you? Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I'm always on mute. I apologize.
No, you're good, bud.
Well, mine's kind of two things, but I learned let's get somebody to look at the plumbing first and run a camera through there. That
Okay.
cost me $10,000 by not doing that.
Right.
And be careful who you partner with.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That is true. I mean, picking your partner is so crucial, right? But it is a big lesson to learn. Especially, I mean, you can be careful, right? I mean, you can be careful. You can pick somebody you think, oh, this person knows what they're doing. They're, whatever, and you get blindsided. You just don't mesh, right? You don't maybe have the same values or the same, work ethic. And not that they're lazy or whatever. They just,
right.
They're just not up to your standards for yourself, right? So.
Hey, Stevie, if you figure out how to do that, I would love to know that, because I met a guy through my lunch and he had all the right words. He said, I really want to do this. And I got all this, and I got fast cruise, and I got this, and I got that. And I said, this guy would be okay to work with. And so as soon as we bought a house, and then they said COVID, he said, I'm going to give it to you. Just pay me what I have into it, and walked away. Wow. And it ended up, because it was in Illinois, that's my dislike for Illinois, but I'm still over there. It turned out that it's the only one that in my whole career I've lost money on.
Oh.
And I only lost $50,000. And to me, that's a hell of a lot more than I can afford to lose.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, but it was what it was, and it was a tremendous learning experience about know your partner.
Sure.
Yeah, so if you have any suggestions, Steve, that would be wonderful to know. And I thought you went by Stevie, didn't you? Tell me that.
Stevie D.
Yeah, Stevie D.
Stevie D.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I just kind of went too fast, and I needed some help, and I was a little desperate, and somebody took a little advantage. So, but I call it tuition.
Intuition.
Good idea.
It's tuition.
Tuition.
It's tuition. I thought your big hint now is you're to listen to your intuition.
But I didn't lose any money. I just could have made about 17 more than what I did.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's a big one. I mean, it really, really is. And but hey, I'm not sad. Yeah, for sure. And that goes with anything, right? I mean, you think it'd be the same process as trying to find a partner as a contractor or whatever, right? It's like, well, maybe if somebody recommends them, but when you're actually talking about a business partner, it's a little harder than just somebody's recommendation, right? Because again, maybe the person that says, oh yeah, you should work with Dwayne. I'm gonna pick on you for a second, Dwayne. You should work with Dwayne. And maybe they had a really good chemistry, and they had a really good, they meshed really well, but maybe Dwayne and I don't see eye to eye on things. Not saying Dwayne's a bad partner for somebody else, but he's just not my style, that kind of thing. So it is hard. You can't just say, well, I'm only going to work with people that other people recommend. That may not even be the right thing.
But I have more things to be grateful for than things that, that I learned.
Yeah.
I have more good things than bad things.
You got more good things than bad things? That's good. That's good. We got a couple folks who joined us. Hey, Caleb. Hey, buddy. Good. Love that Christmas tree behind you.
Oh, what's up, Rich? Appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping it was a Christmas tree. I didn't think it was a Festivus pole or whatever that was. And from Seinfeld, was it a Festivus pole or something? I don't know, but
it is.
We're going around for those folks that just joined us. We're going around and we're doing something different this time around. We're going around and we're admitting something that we learned this year that we're grateful for. So what lesson learned are you grateful for this year? Who wants to go next?
Oh, I'll go.
Oh, all right, James, go for it, buddy. Thanks and welcome.
Hey, it is good to see everybody. I'm excited, happy to be here. Sorry, I am in my parking garage. I just got back from dropping off the kids, and I was just like, it's the peace after the storm. I don't know. It's I mean, my ears are still ringing and my neck's still tight for my kids, but I'm just like I miss it so much. It's It's horrible. But anyway, I got a mentor.
Awesome.
I uh I don't know how to explain it. It just I I have a very close, wonderful friend who's been a mentor to so many, and I just felt like I'd be taking advantage of a friend until they absolutely uh, just started pointing out the obvious in some of my deals or the way I do business. And that was last year. Last year, I was like, golly, I hate it when they're right. I hate it when they're right. And then she like saved, man, she saved me like she saved everything. She saved the deal from years prior into the six figures and was just like correcting me the whole way. And I realized I was like, man, she loves me so much, like such a good friend to like point out so many things that I could have done different or better, that I was like, okay, how about I just listen to you? And then just like all of a sudden things started happening. But it wasn't necessarily like real estate. It was uh I had blind spots with
Mm.
either small-minded thinking, poor-minded thinking, trusting too much or not doing enough research. And it's just
Yeah.
amazing how just uh the people, I mean, I don't know how I mean, this is going to sound weird. We all are have been around real estate to see those who just you think you're doing the exact same things they're doing, but they're so much more successful. It's almost like their kite takes off and you can't catch wind.
Mm.
Like I'll bet you they worked with a mentor, because
Mm.
I swear to you, those who see potential or want to pour into you, or like who are doing, you know, amazing things, if they're kind enough to correct you, or they're kind enough to like chastise you, like listen. I mean, I like listen, took notes, and then put it in contracts and LLCs, and like now I'm holding myself accountable with my own money, and I mean, it just made all the difference in the world.
Fantastic. No, that's great, man. That's fantastic. Glad you said that. And that for anybody listening, that I mean, you get a mentor and they hold you accountable. That's the right kind. That's the kind you want.
Let me ask, what would you pay for a mentor that
Yep.
was actually good? Because my concern would be you'd get one that doesn't care. But I mean, you
Well,
have one that does care, so I think that's a whole different kettle of fish. Once she started helping you, I'd say that's one I would play with if I was you.
okay. Well, it was about 2019. Uh, I started doing Airbnbs real big in Branson, and I don't know, I probably helped 20 or 30 other investors like buy, sell, rehab, or get going with Airbnbs. It just became a real fun thing for me, was to just help a lot of people out. And one day I was like, man, I couldn't get people to listen to me about a couple of areas back then that just weren't quite taking off yet, but I knew would. And the long and short was, I found 11 deals that nobody believed me on. And the next time I sat down and had coffee with my friend, and I was complaining about the fact that, like, man, if people would just listen to me, I could have had 11 deals. And she said, why didn't you call me? And I was like, well, what are you talking about? She said, I could have wrote you a check for all 11 if you would have just believed in, believed in your numbers enough to give me a call and show me.
Right.
And it just broke my mind. And I realized right then that, like, I would pay what they're worth, when like, because like they don't waste time. They hate wasting time.
Yep.
Because they see it, they know they're right, and it just needs to be done. And like, so if you bring them a good enough deal and they're willing to tear it apart, then like bring them a good enough deal that gets them to stay through the whole deal, and allow them to make what they like. I like to give them more than they I don't know, cut them in, you know, with this. I plan on making them money. I find out the things that they do. Are they a hard money lender? Do they buy commercial? Are they looking for whatever's? And like, I don't know. I find what their problems are, and I try to find a way to like add value to what they do, whether that be cutting them into a good deal, whether them, you know, collecting interest off of a deal you bring them, you know, something. And or, you know, if you find a good deal, remember those who have, you know, given you a hand up, and like, you know, throw them a bone, you know.
Sure. No, that's great advice there.
Okay, I think a big bone's probably appropriate, but I because I'm focused on buy and hold, I'm looking at finding that, and I've thought about this thing, but I said, how much am I going to give them of my profit? And I know the people that do. If you buy their whole system, you know, they want like 10% or 15% off the gross. And I could, no, I want to work off the net, but I'd be happy to pay them for longer periods of time. Is what I think, but I don't know what's a fair deal to them and to me, because it's ultimately my money that's out there.
Yeah. Well, what do you not need a mentor for? What part of a deal do you not, what part of a deal are you really great at?
I'm going to be proud here. I can do it all. It just takes a lot more time. And if I had somebody to work with that could say, yes, you know, do this, or, you know, I could handle this.
Well,
Almost
what area would you be interested in being?
Does it sting?
I didn't hear that.
Like what areas are you wanting mentorship in? I mean, like what part of
Probably
it?
right now, I'm in the process of going into where I will do calling of people to see if they want to sell.
So okay. Um, you know what? I don't want to take up our hour. I have lots to say about that, and I would totally. How do I give you my number? And so we
Tell me over the system.
Well, no, let's put it in the chat, so it's not, because this is getting posted on YouTube. So I don't want you to have to say it out loud, but
right. That's what I was saying. I was like, man,
yeah,
I'm like we'll talk later. Like,
yeah,
like,
but that's fine. That's fine. Just throw your info in the chat, and that way, you know, everybody can get that, or, you know, Dwayne especially.
Well, in the chat, you can tell it to send just to me.
Yeah, you can. You
That's
sure
one of
can.
the options.
But you know, yeah, that is true. But if we like to ask everybody to put their info in there anyway, but but if if you throw it in the chat, that'd be great.
All right.
That's everybody. All right, who's next? Who wants to share? And thanks so much for that. Who wants to share what they're thankful for this year? The lesson learned.
I was just yelling down to my wife.
I kind of figured. I figured you weren't like yelling at us. All right, we've heard enough. Let's move on. Anybody else want to go next?
I have something, but it's more of a note than anything to a younger version of me.
That's fine. Go for it, buddy.
You may not know all about doing the thing. Just do the thing and figure it out along the way as you go. Just commit to doing it, jump in, figure it out, and make it happen.
Oh, wow. I like that, man. You wrote that note to yourself, for your future self?
To my younger self.
Oh, to your younger self. I'm sorry. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. That's awesome, man. That's real good. I like that a lot. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Just do it.
That's right. Nike.
That's right.
We're not going to get taken down on YouTube now, are we?
No, we aren't. We aren't going to. I don't think we are anyway. I don't think we are. But welcome. We have a guest joining us as well. Let me see if I can zoom in. I don't know if I can see. I'm trying to see if I recognize our guest. Who is that out there? Hey, guest.
Oh, I didn't put my name. Yes, my name is Dwayne Wheeler. Sorry about that.
Hey, Dwayne. No, you're good, man. Glad you can make it. Glad you can
Thanks.
make it. How you doing today?
Good, good, real good. Thank you.
That's awesome. Now, are you in the St. Louis area, or where? What market are you in?
No, I'm in Springfield, Illinois area,
Oh,
but
nice.
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm starting to make my way towards St. Louis. I got together with Casey and I'm working with him and got
Yeah.
that done with the Buyers Club.
Oh, nice, nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
That's great to hear.
so
Well, welcome.
yeah, thank you.
Glad you can make it. We're just kind of going around and we'll let you think about it, but we're just going around and what we usually do is like ask everybody to introduce them. You know, we do it not every single time, but a lot of times we'll ask everybody to go around and say, you know, where they're from, what market they're from, what do they do, that kind of thing. Today, we just wanted to kick it off like everybody go around and just being the times and the season, what real estate lesson learned are they most thankful for this year? And I'll give you some time to think about it if you want, because we have some other folks that can jump in and say theirs if they want, unless you know already.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Rich. I started about a year and a half ago, and I got 3 rentals, and I'm working on my first fix and flip now.
All right.
But I got a full-time job, full-time family. So how I've been doing it is, just by mentors and lessons learned. You know, I've trusted some people I shouldn't have trusted, a couple contractors, and got burned.
Sure.
So I'm just doing my more due diligence. I just been lucky, thank God, with God willing, that I was able to get the deal the right way. So I was able to lose a little bit of money.
Okay.
So I didn't want to, but I just got lucky with the deals, and so they my realtor. My son's a real estate agent, so
Okay.
but he's in Florida,
Mhm.
but he still got friends out here in Illinois, and
Oh, sure.
so I do a lot of searching and try to find the right. I think the St. Louis market, what I've been watching has been great.
Yeah.
And just learning from you guys. I'm looking for another property, and every day I'm getting calls or text messages. So
Sure.
once I find the right one, I'll jump on it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Is there a specific area you're looking to buy your next property?
Yeah, definitely in St. Louis and close around the Grove area.
Okay.
And I've been doing a lot of what do you call it?
Driving for dollars?
Driving for dollars.
Sure.
And been doing that. So
okay.
And and just making some good connections down there. I'm in law enforcement, so
okay.
I'm able to. I know some guys in St. Louis area, so they've been steering me which neighborhoods that are growing, which neighborhoods that are not, which neighborhoods that were good now they're getting bad. So
sure, yeah, you don't need to know those kind of inside tips, especially if you're newer to the area.
Yes,
for sure. It's good to have that. Yeah. Well, glad to have you, Dwayne. It was Dwayne, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to remember that because we have 2 Dwaynes in here.
How does he spell it?
DW. Yeah, DWAYNE.
All right.
I got an E between the D and E.
Oh, okay.
It's DEW.
DEW. Okay. There you go.
So which one's right? Which one's the right way to spell it? No.
There's all kinds of ways.
I know. I'm just kidding. I've got a son named Derek, and every time I run into somebody, there's like 7 different ways to spell Derek, and I always explain to him that my son's name's spelled correctly. Theirs isn't. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, welcome. Yeah, Dwayne, appreciate you sharing that. Absolutely. Yeah. Who wants to go next? Who wants to share their big lesson learned from this year in real estate investing? Got a few to go still.
I'll jump in.
All right, Craig, appreciate that.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, guys. I don't know if we covered that already. Hope y'all
Yeah.
had a great one.
Yeah.
Man, all the ones that have been shared, I really agree with.
Mm.
Good stuff. For me, this year, my biggest one is don't use your own money.
Oh,
I heard it a bunch of times. My mentor told me, don't use your own money.
yeah,
And I mean, I'm okay, but
sure.
I really enjoyed having that cushion in the bank account.
Yeah,
Honestly.
right.
It'll be better once. So I'm sitting on 3 properties that are not performing.
Okay, yeah, that does
that
it.
makes a difference. I got into
Sure.
them all with my own money, and that's fine.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm in one right now, actually trying to get it wrapped up this week for a rent for a tenant. So it'll work out. It's fine, but a little discomfort makes the lesson stick, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
So are you? Quick question. If it's too personal, I apologize. I mean, number one, that's a fantastic lesson you learned there, by the way. Number two, what's your end goal? Are you then you're buying them all cash, rehabbing them all cash, getting your tenant in there all cash, and then are you going and doing a cash out refinance, DSCR? What are you doing?
Well, the one that I recently, a few months back, completed, I took a line of credit out on it. Yeah.
Okay.
So got decent terms, but I didn't get as much out of it as I would have with like a DSCR.
Sure.
I'm told, they would only do, now I can't remember. It's like 90% of what I had into the project.
Oh,
So
okay.
Hey, that begs a question for me, Craig. How can you get a line of credit for that kind of ratio? Or are you doing a HELOC on that?
It is a line of credit secured by the property. So yeah, technically a HELOC, I guess.
Through a bank?
Yes. First State Bank of St. Charles. Yeah. Became highly recommended from somebody, but so hear that clearly. It's 90% of what I had into the project, not 90% of the appraised value.
Right.
Okay.
So you were doing a refinance basically then? Instead of like a cash out.
I owned it outright.
Oh, right. Yeah. Unless you wrote up your own loan terms for yourself, right? For yourself. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I got you. Okay. So then they just saw you kind of gave them the receipt, showed them what all you had into it, and then they said, okay, we'll give you 90% of that. As long as it appraises.
They didn't even have to receipt.
Oh, really? You just said, here's the number?
Yeah. I'm just an honest guy.
Yeah, I get you. No, I hear you. Unfortunately, that I didn't think that was what you would do, but unfortunately, I was like, well, dang, what would keep anybody from saying, yeah, I got 220 into it when they only have 150?
Next time.
Right. Next time I'm getting that other 10% back.
Let's budget just a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
I'd like to get paid, shit.
Right. Exactly.
Pardon my language.
No, I get it. I understand that.
Yeah, but the other lessons were great too. Man, you guys are on it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Craig. Appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
Hey,
Rich,
Rich, I'm sorry about it. It's just I'm still learning. So you guys, you guys are the experts. Sure. So and Dwayne had a good question too. With my lending, I don't know if I'm doing it right or not, but I found a loan officer. It's a local bank. I'm doing my reading. Stay away from these big box banks and just go with these local banks. But basically, if I find a property, I call him, I give him the address, and he'll appraise it, and then he'll give me 80% at that point of what the appraisal value is. So, which will include the construction loan. And then what I do is I'll pay for whatever constructions. Like say I added a bedroom or did drywall, then I'll give him a receipt for 10 grand. I just paid this contractor, and then he'll give me a check for 10 grand up to 80%. Is that the norm? How things go?
That's, I mean, and you're going through an actual bank for that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, Yeah, I've heard of that. I do know people who have done that. Absolutely. I'm sure your terms are better than like a hard money lender, who does very similar things. Makes you submit your receipts to get your funds and whatever. Anybody else, have you dealt with that, or have you worked with banks like that? I think it's great because
I've only ever had to disclose receipts and stuff like that when I'm working with like a hard money lender or on some sort of draw. But typically it's kind of like what Craig was saying is we use commercial lines of credit that are, backed by properties that we own in cash, basically. So
yeah,
the money's backed by real estate that already exists, owned by us. So the bank never, when we use those, the bank doesn't say, we want proof of what you spent or anything. They're gonna evaluate it or appraise it and base their decisions off of that. So
gotcha.
don't know if that's helpful or not, but just chiming in.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I would like to chime in on what you just said, Travis, because what he's doing is the gold mine of gold. If he owns it free and clear, he gets a line of credit against it. The bank doesn't care from there on what you do or where you spend your money as long as you pay him. And if you get that lined up, it's nothing more than, once I get the next property and I pay it off, and I add it to that line of credit, and you just call your banker and say, put it in there, and you got your money, and there's no questions asked, and it's totally up to you. And that is the biggest gold mine I've ever found. So you're doing great, I think, Travis. That's my same model I use.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the downside is if you screw it up, you screw it up. If you do a good job, you do a good job. And it's kind of like, if you screw it up, then the money you lose the access to the line of credit. And if you keep rolling it over and getting all the equity out, then bravo.
Well, I don't get all my equity out because I like to sit at 70% on is what I've chosen to do. And then each one of them, because like in commercial, each one's a standalone deal. And that's what makes that so neat, because you can do what you want with it and it doesn't affect the property at all.
Nice.
Is that pretty much what you do, Travis? Or do you go for 100% out?
No, not always. No, we don't always try to get, yeah. Well, I guess, yeah. Typically we try not to get in a situation where, we try to buy it at a good enough price where we can get all of our money back out of it and the deal still makes sense.
Right.
But so that we can keep reusing that line of credit as much as possible. But it doesn't always work out that way. It seems like we always end up leaving some amount of money, but typically end up leaving something in there. And then the line of credit gradually decreases over time because you didn't get all your money out each time. But that happened to us over a couple of years, and then we did really well on one appraisal that allowed us to pay all the lines of credit down. However, now we're heavily leveraged on that one property, so it just the ebbs and flows, and but I also look at it as an overall. As long as my personal thing is I don't want to be buying more properties and not have my my wealth growing on my financial statements when I fill them out 2 or 3 times or 4 times a year. If I'm buying more and more properties now, of course I can't control the market, but if I'm buying more and more properties and my net worth is shrinking or not change or not going up, then this is just my way of looking at it. Then I just added more headaches and fires to put out, but I'm not getting the juice out of the squeeze. So and I've done that. I've been in that situation as well. So more properties isn't always. Sometimes less is more and more is less.
Hey, Travis, when I do the one for the bank, I used Zillow for what they say it's worth. And I tell the bank that's what I did. And that's definitely more than I'm into it for.
Yeah, I'm hit. I know what you mean.
And then they say, wow, you're rich. I go, okay, whatever you think. Just give me the money.
He said, no, I'm Dwayne.
Well, I mean, having experience plays into that number really big.
Oh, sure.
Right. At least then if
you're muted, Travis. You're muted,
you were muted,
Oh,
Travis.
sorry, I was clicking backwards here. No, I totally agree. That I've never had the bank or any the bank, our bank that we deal with has never said, "Hey, where did you get these numbers? Where did you get these values?" But if they did, then what better agreed upon source? Now you can run your own comps. The evaluator may get their own comps, or will, or they should. The appraiser is going to go get their own comps, but for the fact of just doing sorry, I'm having a brain fart, for filling out the financial statements quarterly or whatever. I totally agree. Use Zillow.
Nothing wrong with that.
Great minds you got, Travis.
Thinking good, huh?
It's all up here, baby.
That's awesome. No, that's great. Thanks for sharing that. That's fantastic. Did that answer your question that I know you had out there, Dwayne?
Oh, I think he's doing it. I go right down that
Yes.
same path with him.
Yeah.
And because of that, I always want to talk to the vice presidents because that works better.
Sure.
They know
How about
what
how about our guest, Dwayne? Did that answer your question?
It did. It did.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I only said our guest, Dwayne, because his name says guest.
Yeah, they almost
Change that.
fooled Dwayne.
All right. I know we had there for a second there. I thought we had a new person. I didn't recognize the name. There was a Mayor Johnson out there, but I don't know if that was just Nick playing around with us or what. But it looks like he dropped off. So maybe it wasn't Nick. I know Nick's out in Colorado with his mother visiting for Thanksgiving and whatnot. But he said he was going to try to make it on. He was going to try to get his mom to join us. And speaking of moms, Sandra Groves, what is a big lesson learned you've had that you're thankful for this year?
Hello.
In real estate.
In real estate. Well, I don't have a lot to offer. Just ask my son a lot of questions and listening in on the conversations and attending a couple mentoring groups with another gentleman and learning a lot. And a lot of that I do know because I've serviced loans for almost 20 years. So I know a lot of the ins and outs of short sales and flips, but not flips, but short sales and modifications. But flips are really very interesting. And I'm just a little wary of when the gentleman said using his own money. It's like, what if I do this and I don't get anything? But what's the ROI? So I'm always a little uneasy about that because it takes a while to get things going.
Yeah. You don't want to use your money. Like Craig said, you don't want to use your money. I think Craig's next one, he's not going to use his own money.
Okay, I don't understand that because if you use other people's money and you fail, they're going to come after you if they have a decent promissory note.
Oh, sure. Sure.
So your money's still at risk.
You got to buy right. That's all.
Yeah. I don't want to use my own money.
Yeah, you got to buy right. But no, that's great. Let's see who else. Who we're missing? Anybody? Did we skip anybody? Everybody got us their lessons learned. Fantastic. Buy at 10K. That's right. You know it, Caleb. That's right. That's why I buy all my Cahokia houses at 10K because then I know I've got a little wiggle room. Not a ton, not a ton, but a little bit. At least a couple $1,000s in wiggle room. That's awesome. My big lesson learned this year is just actually participating in the DSCR process and figuring it out and learning it. You can read about anything all the time, right? Until you actually do it, it's different. So to actually participate in the DSCR process a few times and kind of now have it down pat and still trying to feel out couple different lenders on what their process is and what they do as well, and then find who's going to be my go-to DSCR lender. But yeah, it's been very interesting to do that. So just solidifying my private lenders and then cashing out using DSCR whenever we're all finished and occupied with a tenant in place. So which is a big, if you ever start getting into DSCR loans, I would ask your lenders that specific question is what's the seasoning requirements for both ownership and tenants, because some of them are going to require you to own the property for 3 months or 6 months, and some of them are going to say no, it doesn't matter how long you've owned the property, it matters how long you've had a tenant. Some of them will give you your DSCR loan as soon as the ink dries on the DocuSign, and then some of them will say, no, we need to see 3 months, 4 months of payment history. So that's a big deal. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Great question. DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio. That's where the lender wants to make sure it's a special, actually super fast. Like it's usually a really, really fast process to get the loan through and done. It's really cool because it still gets appraised. Your property still gets appraised, but they will loan on the deal as long as it, at a minimum, the income for the property is basically 125% of the debt service, which means what the loan payment is going to be, your mortgage payment is going to be, your insurance, and your taxes is usually what they look at. You might want to build in a little bit more of a buffer, like your property management fees as well. And because all of that's going to go into, if that's your end goal, is you're going to do a DSCR loan. And there's a couple different ways to do it. Also, those are for like DSCR cash out refinances. That's all I've been using them for is DSCR cash out refinances. There's DSCR just straight refinance. And there's also, there are some DSCR like purchase programs as well, but you got to look into all the different lenders out there and see what programs they have for DSCRs and what the requirements are. But all we've been doing is the DSCR cash out refinance, which traditionally is going to be 75%. When you do a refinance, it's going to be 75% of the appraised value is their max that they'll do. Depending on your own personal credit score is when they say, oh, no, we're not going to do 75%. We'll do 70% or 65% or 60%, whatever it might be. It also dictates what your rate is going to be, or your APR is going to be. But everything is done, as far as the loan itself, is done in your LLC name. So it's not done in your personal name, even though they use your personal credit to assess your APR and your the percentage of the cash out you can do. So, and then some of them have minimum loan amounts, so you might want to check with them also. I mean, if you're in a an area where the property is going to appraise for 200,000, 250, even 175, whatever, you're not going to have any problems. But if you're in an area like I've been focusing on, where the the property value is 100,000 or 105, 110,000, and they'll only do 75% of that, and the minimum loan amount is 75,000, you got to really you got to make sure everything's good, right? So, but yeah, like I said, 125% of the taxes, the insurance, and the mortgage payment is is the minimum your income should be. So the debt service is covered by your income, the property's income, the rent. You'll hear also that called the 1.25 ratio. That's basically all it is, just 125%. I like to make mine at least 1.3. I love 1.4 or even a 150. So anywho, but that's my big lesson learned that I'm thankful for this year. Hopefully that answered your question. Awesome. Okay, it is 7:46. Let me go around. Let me open it up to. Does anybody have any wants or needs? Do you have any deals you want to peddle? You have any properties you want to sell? Do you have any needs? Are you looking for a specific property? I know. Dwayne, our guest, says he's looking for that sweet deal somewhere in the Grove area. Is there a specific, like beds, baths, purchase price, anything like that? Like how much rehab it needs, anything like that, Dwayne?
Yeah, I don't want to go with the full rehab. I did that once, and that was when I got burned.
Okay.
But I like to stay in the the 150, $200,000 range, and with a construction budget around 50, 60,000.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Makes sense. So if anybody comes across something in the Grove area, get a hold of Dwayne. We're asking everybody, Dwayne, if you'd like, we're asking everybody to drop their contact information in the chat. So if you can,
well,
okay, yeah,
I
you can.
sure.
Put your name, put your name, email, phone number. That way folks can text you right away and say, hey, Dwayne, you won't believe it. I just came across this amazing deal in the Grove, right on Manchester.
Dwayne, what kind of ROI are you looking for on that?
Are these going to be flips, Dwayne, or are they going to be rental properties? What's your exit strategy?
Flips at
Flips.
this point.
Okay. All right. So do you use the traditional 70% of ARV minus repairs for your purchase price, or 75%? What's your
the 70%.
70%?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's all about the deal, like you said, Rich. I mean,
Yeah.
it truly is.
Yeah.
As much as I was just blessed that when I got burned on, that I just got it right. Or else I'd been in trouble.
No, no, 100%, 100% understand that without a doubt. And too many people, I mean, that's a big mistake. Too many people do is they want to force it, right? They want to force those numbers. They want to start making excuses for the numbers. When the numbers tell you their story, they don't need excuses. But people want to make excuses for that number, don't they? Who's caught themselves, or you hear people saying, well, this could be a deal if if I can find a property manager that'll manage it for 4%, this is going to be a great deal, or whatever, right? It's like, let's come back to reality. Or if they say, well, I got 3 bids on the rehab, they're 50,000, but I know a friend of mine knows a guy who worked with another guy that could probably do it for 30. Right? And then it's a deal. You try making excuses for the numbers, and now your deal isn't a deal, right?
Correct. And the quality are worse.
Yeah. Oh, true. I mean, not knocking, I'm not knocking the craftsmanship of crackheads, but
Oh, I know. You can't. That was part of my problem with the first one, was using them.
Oh,
you
yeah.
You can't ever find them, or
No.
don't pay them, and you won't see them for a couple of days.
That's what I was going to say. You can find them until you pay them. Once you pay them, you're not going to see them again for a while. Like you said, a couple of days or a week, so they come off their high and they need more money.
Yeah, one guy got me for 4,000, and I see him almost every day.
Oh, wow!
But I, in my position,
yeah,
I can't. I mean, what I want to do, I can't.
There's an officer involved butt kicking. No,
right?
Can't have that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't envy you in that position.
Are you a detective, Dwayne?
No, I'm actually a police chief. So I really can't do anything.
No. You're right there under the microscope, aren't you?
Yeah, I would be in trouble. I know that much. They sue you today for everything here in Illinois. So.
Oh yeah, I'm on the Illinois side of the river myself. So I get it.
So, I mean, this is one of the worst. They call us California on the lake.
Oof. Yeah.
But we are worse in California, they say.
Oh, I mean, you can't even.
New safety act.
You can't even arrest anybody except for 3 crimes. I forget what I mean. It's like 3 or 4 crimes you can actually put somebody in jail. The no bond or no cash bond policy now. Yeah,
you have to, unless it's a violent offense.
Mm.
If you get a guy with a stolen car, he's got a gun, he runs on you, and he's got dope in his pocket. He walks. I mean, he just, I had a guy, just real quick, I mean, he took off on a couple of attack guys, and so he had a pistol, and it was a stolen car, and he had some crack, and he had just some other burglary tools, whatever. But yeah, he thought his bond was going to be $500,000 because he's been in a joint for 20 years of his life, and we gave him a piece of paper. He was out of Peoria, and we gave him a piece of paper. The cat guys did to say, "You're out of here." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm not going to the county and see the judge." He goes, "No, here's your court date."
Right.
He leaves the station, steals another car just to get back to Peoria.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean,
no, that doesn't happen. And I'm sure he's going to be there for his court date. I'm sure he promised. He scouts honored. He scouts honored. I will be there for my court date. I promise.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for the judges too. It really is. I mean, it's just the prosecution, well, the police officers for sure.
It's ridiculous, but oh well. Anyway. All right. I mean, we see. It seems like we see eye to eye here on this one, Dwayne.
Yeah.
He just borrowed the car to get home. He's gonna
Yeah, he just borrowed it. He's going to send somebody back with it.
Yeah. They found it. It was in good shape a couple hours later. But,
well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice, but
there's a silver lining, I guess.
Yeah, it's just if you cross the river into Missouri, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I just saw the comment that James put out there that St. Louis isn't looking so bad now. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny stuff. How is South Carolina? Caleb's down in South Carolina. Caleb, do they have the no bail policy there, or can you actually get arrested?
Oh man, you can get arrested they'll arrest you, man. They'll they don't play around. We respect our brothers in blue.
Good deal. Oh man. Well, let's see. I know it's we got 7 minutes till we close. I try to stay at a hard, fast stop at 8:00. Are there any questions anybody wants to ask, or anything you want to talk about for the next 7 minutes? Anybody? Let me do one thing real quick. I'm gonna peddle two things. One is that if you missed last Monday night stream that we had with Caleb and REI Collab about the AI outbound calling demonstration, please go check out the YouTube replay out on the same YouTube channel. This is on the G, that's the letter G, the number 2, free like freedom. So it's G2 Free STL, Sam, Tom, Larry. So G2 Free STL, that's the YouTube channel. You can see all of our Sunday night streams and the special Monday night stream that we did last Monday. And, Caleb's contact information's in there if you're interested in talking with him about how, just maybe even going through a demo, especially if you missed it. I'm not putting words in your mouth, Caleb, but if somebody wanted to get on the phone with you and do a quick little demo on it, would you be open to that?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm in the process of just making it work on the website, so you can put in your info and it'll just call you. Oh,
sweet. That'd be great. But yeah, it's phenomenal, folks. I'm loving it, and it's a huge game changer. Again, not pushing. You know me. I just share. I share things I find that I think will be of interest to people, and this is phenomenal. So check it out. If you like it, if you're interested in it, cool. Contact him. If not, like I said, it's no pressure. If you don't think it's going to work for you, that's fine. The one thing I would say, folks, don't let it be, I'm afraid of it. Don't let that be your reason why. Don't be, I don't like AI. I don't whatever. Don't. Just check it out. See if it sounds like it's going to work for you. It doesn't. That's one thing or the other. But don't be like, oh, I just don't like AI. That's fine. You can be left behind. We'll all enjoy it. but and then the second thing is on your screen, we've got our Black Friday special going through December 7th. We've got the Black Friday special on tickets to Gateway to Freedom. Don't worry, they're not better than the prices that we've had up until this point. They're not better than that. But that price will go away for the Gateway to Freedom Real Estate Investor Conference 2026, October 23rd and 24th at St. Louis Hollywood Casino and Hotel. So check that out if you want to go. If you want to scan that QR code, grab a screenshot of this screen. If you're on your mobile and you want to check it out later, that's fine. I can actually send you the link. I'll work on that while we talk about whatever you want to talk about. What would you all like to talk about? Let me stop share. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to throw that in the chat as well. So in the meantime, everybody drop your name, your phone number, throw your name, your phone number, your email address in the chat. And then I'm going to look for the website for the Gateway to Freedom tickets. But anyway, what do we want to talk about? We got a little less than 3 minutes left. Does anybody have anything they want to share? Anything you want to talk about? If you're talking and you're muted, we can't hear you. Anybody at all? All right, there's the Gateway to Freedom link to the Gateway to Freedom tickets that are out there. It's not the official g2free.com website. That's still being built. But yeah, so that's the website to get out there and get your Gateway to Freedom 2026 tickets if you're interested in doing so. Otherwise, drop your name and contact information in the chat. We've got less than 2 minutes left. Anybody have something you want to talk about?
I might have a solution for you, Rich.
Okay, what's up,
Your
Caleb?
SEO problem.
Yeah?
I might.
Okay.
I figured out how to get AI to boost all that stuff.
Oh, man.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk because I'm about ready to pull trigger on one. So, yeah, let's talk for real. For real.
Okay.
Yeah,
in a week,
because
I'll have more data to tell you the result.
okay,
But
fantastic. That's awesome because I could definitely use help with that and want to get that started because we're going to blow this conference up. This conference is going to have 300 people. It is, no doubt in my mind. So we got
I think
new
you could pack
strategies.
it out like Clever.
What's that?
You could pack it out like Clever.
Where was I? I forget. I apologize. I know we're less than a minute now. I don't know if it was my Gateway to Freedom meetup last month that I mentioned that my vision. It's not really, but I was getting all, chest puff out, whatever. Gateway to Freedom will be at the Dome, at the Gateway, whatever they call it these days, Edward Jones Dome. I don't even know what they call it anymore. The Dome, America Center.
America Center.
America Center at the Dome where the Rams used to play, Caleb. We're going to have Gateway to Freedom at the Dome.
Okay.
Someday.
As long as we're not in a van down by the river, we're good.
That is so true. So true. We won't be in a van down by the river. That means it'll be just us, just we 7 or 8 here. There will 10 people on the call will be the only ones there. We'll all be crammed in a van down by the river. That won't be a good thing.
We can expand it to a party bus.
That's right.
This year it's still out here at the casino, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, this year it's still at the Hollywood Casino and Hotel. I keep wanting to say Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. That might be the next stage. Then we'll have to have it in like September or August. We can't have it in October because you don't know if it's going to be 10 degrees or 100 degrees. But yeah, eventually maybe we will have it at the amphitheater. That'd be pretty cool. Nick is here, but he's not in St. Louis, are you, Nick? You're not in St. Louis. You're still out in Colorado?
Yes, I just got done taking my mother looking at Christmas lights.
Oh, good. Nice. Were you on earlier? Were you on earlier as Nick? Somebody came on as Mayor Johnson, and then it was some other Johnson. I forget the name. Mike Johnson. I was like, is that Nick just messing with us? But that wasn't you?
No.
No, I'm going to have to find out who that was. I don't know. But anyway, we are straight up 8 o'clock. Oh, it's 8:01 now. Dang it, I suck. Oh. But if you haven't gotten your tickets at Gateway to Freedom 2026, think about it. It's going to be an amazing, amazing conference. It'll be our 4th year doing it. We've already got Jamil Damji and Vina Jetty on board. Got some big names that we are finalizing. Hopefully they sign the dotted line this coming week now that Thanksgiving's over with, and we can announce those pretty soon as well. So it's going to be amazing. And I know we've got, I think almost everybody on this call has already gotten their tickets. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. You're like my tribe. I appreciate you. You're always showing up for me. Appreciate you.
We heard our chief was going to buy us dinner.
I tell you what, you buy that VIP ticket, I'll buy you breakfast 2 times. I'll buy you lunch 2 times. I'll even buy you a happy hour.
I thought it was
Will you make them all vegan and good?
What's that?
Will you make them all vegan and good, not just salads?
There will be vegan options.
That's
Yeah.
Dwayne. Whoops.
Yeah.
There will be vegan options. That's for sure. There was
I
some
looked
really
at my
good.
ticket and there was casino chips included.
Oh, were there? I think we are going to throw in one $10 chip for everybody. No, I'm sure. You know what, though? That's a great idea. Remind me of that, Steven, in about 3 months. That's a
Okay.
great idea for my VIPs. It really is.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
who's going to the blackjack table?
Yeah.
Well,
I might
I'll go
even have
to
to
the
start
same
promoting
table.
that. I might say, hey, get a VIP. And I can't say that out loud, right, Nick? Your mom's
Right.
going to want to come, and she's going to come all the way to St. Louis just to gamble at the casino. How you doing, Nick's mom? Happy Thanksgiving. Everybody say hi to Nick's mom in the background there.
Hello, Nick's mom.
Hi, Nick's mom.
Hello, happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. I apologize for staying over
Um,
everybody. Now, how old is your mom again, Nick? If you don't mind me asking, I know it's not very gentlemanly of me to ask for a lady's age, and I apologize, but I get
tell
so
them how old
excited.
you are? She said I can tell you.
Okay. You
She's
can tell us?
94.
One
She
more
just
time.
turned 94 back in September.
94.
Wow.
Fantastic. You look fantastic, Nick's mom. We're just going to call you mom.
I told her I was going to put her on.
That's great. I'm glad you did. That made my day.
That's
That's
well,
awesome.
good.
That's cute.
My
That's
mom's
cute.
on here too.
Is this going to
Awesome.
turn into you got to bring your mom to this?
It is. It's bring your mom to Zoom night next time. Bring your mom to Zoom. Send them the invite. But thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Like always, I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to turn off my mic. I will leave it going in case you all want to talk for a few minutes more. And I'll check back in when it looks like everything's died down, and I will turn it all off. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to turn off the live as well. So thanks, everybody.
See
Appreciate
you
it.
next month.
Okay.
Yes, yes.